Hey, this is Flyguy for TekSushi.com and also for DorksideToys.com. Now, we've been looking at the latest releases of the Build-A-Figure Thanos wave, and we're finally getting a chance to look at Thanos himself. So all of these figures that we've reviewed came with a Build-A-Figure part, and I'm just going to freeze on screen. If you weren't aware, there's all the parts you get to build Thanos. Legs come with Iron Man, other parts come with Hulk, so forth, so on, for all the different figures. So that allows you to build up Thanos and just make this awesome looking figure, which we're about to show you right now. Whoops. Here we go. He looks fantastic. He really, really does. Let me just zoom in on this mad titan there. Great looking design on him. Just looks really epic. Gold looks fantastic on him too. But I love the teeth and the eyes there. They just work really well. They've captured the comic really, really well on this figure. We've had lots of good Thanoses over the years, particularly in the Marvel Universe line. There's been several releases of him. He always tended to be a very weird purple colour on the bodysuit, and just a little bit over the top. Sadly, in this figure here, well, certainly the blue suit works a lot better here, but sadly, one thing that was on the 3.75-inch releases, which is not here, is the Infinity Gauntlet. We don't have an Infinity Gauntlet on this figure. Not the end of the world, but it would have been nice to have it, considering it's one of the key things that is really a kind of... Thanos just goes with the Infinity Gauntlet. That's just the way it goes if you've read the comics. They're pretty epic stuff. So all the parts snap together. They're pretty solid. The body is almost a kind of hollow piece. It's very... it's just not a solid piece. It's clearly snapped together parts of plastic. It tends to make the body... If I just move that down there a little bit, you can see we get a little bit of a droop going on. He needs some Viagra there in his mid-torso. It's a little loose, rocks back and forth until you snap. You'll hear it. There you go. And that kind of holds him back up again. So you've almost got him really quite arched back in terms of stance. Otherwise, he kind of droops forward a little bit. But nicely done design, very simple done design. You can see all the little bulges and I think that's the veins popping through there. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Yeah, it is. It's little veins and body. Well, it's not really veins actually. It's the suit that he's wearing. So my bad. So no other extra little touches. There is some nice silver that runs down through the knees, and little gold splashes on the boots. And that's it. The backs of the knees. And this kind of nice gold spine. I do like that, the way it runs. So all the parts are separated there. A little bit of yellow on the top of that gold kind of, I don't know what you call that, almost like a pauldron that sits there. There's little peg holes. You can just see, if I pop that over his head, you can see those two little popped holes there, and that allows it to sit in his back on those holes. I actually like him without it. I really do. I think he looks much better without it. It's a kind of daft looking piece, but it's very iconic. That kind of sash that he wears, not a sash, but I don't know, shoulder pauldron thing? I don't know. So you can clip that over the top. Again, let me just pop that down. And once you line that up, which is a little bit fiddly, it tends to pop off a little bit, particularly when you move the arms, because the articulation kind of tends to whack it out a little bit there. But in terms of articulation, his head is basically just a ball joint there, so there's limited movement you can get with that. If I can, it is a ball joint, but no, it's not, my bad. There's a ball joint with a hinge on it there. Forgot about that when I popped it on. So there's a little bit of movement. That's as far down as you'll get Thanos' head. That is as far back as you'll get it. So that's pretty good. That's not too bad at all. Upper torso, again, clicks as we showed you, and that can come all the way down. So that's as far down as you'll get, and as far up as you'll get. So it's literally one click away. You'll see under there, the arms, you'll see the join there, that ball joint with a hinge. Same for the swivel bicep. It is a single elbow, which is a little weird, but that's the way it goes. And down to the wrist. The wrists do move. You can see the join there. It's a little bit limited by this gauntlet, which is removable. It can come off. We do get a swivel waist. So again, there's a good fair movement on the old Mad Titan. This looks to be movable as well, this kind of skirt piece here. Underneath, these are kind of weird pegs that we've plugged into the socket of the upper body there, but it does allow you to have swivel thighs, so there's a fair bit of movement there. Double joints at the knees, pretty good, lots of movement. At the tops of the thighs, or the boots I should say, these swivel as well, and you get swivel rocking ankles, and of course, peg holes. Thanos is awesome. He's definitely worth getting for. Now, you'll pay in somewhere in the region of maybe 50, 60, maybe even $80 for this figure alone. Quite why you want to do that, I'm not quite sure, because if you buy a full pack of a set of 6, you can build the Thanos and sell the other figures off and basically get Thanos for nothing. That's the way I would do it. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I know a lot of people sometimes don't have a lot of money and they just want one figure, but it's kind of nuts in some ways if you think about it. You'll make more money if you do it. So I recommend buying a set of 6 personally. I just think it makes sense. It's up to you. It's up to you what you want to do. TekSushi Toys basically has sets of 8 where you'll get a double Hulk and a double Iron Man, or you can buy a set of 6 and build Thanos, or there's some individual figures available, and depending upon the quantity, once we've got all the pre-orders out the door, there may be some 1 or 2 Thanoses we get. Sometimes you get damaged packages and loose BAF parts, so we'll be able to build a few Thanoses and we'll have them for sale, but they will be expensive because it's an expensive figure to put together because you have to buy the 6 figures. If you want to buy them, a link directly is underneath to TekSushiToys.com. Go buy it there. That's it. What do you think about Thanos? Have you read the Infinity Gauntlet? I highly recommend it. It's a great comic. Very bizarre in some ways, but a great comic that really just involves everybody pretty much in the Marvel Universe. It ties in with a lot of the upcoming Avengers movies, obviously all the Soul Gem and all the kind of Infinity Gems that all become part of, well, we'll be seeing Thanos again. Thanos, I should mention, is about 7 inches in height. There he is next to a Star Wars Stormtrooper, so you can see just about an extra inch. So he's fairly tall. He's pretty, an inch and a half maybe. Allows him to be a quite big figure. So, yeah, again, he's a pretty sizable guy. But a great one to get. Love it, but love to know your thoughts on what other Thanos comics you recommend. If you like the figure or any other comments you got about it or the review, please do let us know. Leave a comment below. If you're brand new to TekSushi or TekSushiToys.com, please do click subscribe and we will send you reviews straight into your inbox. That's it from me and Thanos, and we shall see you for other reviews coming up in the future. Stay tuned. Bye.